You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. Rainbow Stage dives under the sea in this, their season of love. Little Mermaid, one of the most popular Disney musicals of all time, returns to Canada's largest outdoor theater. To hear more, I'm joined by Julia Davis and Carson Nattrass. Hello to you both.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being here. Julia, I want to dive right into things here because you're performing in the title role of The Little Mermaid. Princess Ariel, how does it feel to be a Disney princess? I just need to ask that right off the hop.
It feels amazing. It feels like a dream come true, and I'm having so much fun.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. I know that you're a graduate from the Des Hotel Faculty of Music at the University of Manitoba. Mm-hmm. You've worked with the Manitoba Underground Opera, Gilbert and Sullivan Society, MTYP, Eagle Vision, and more. You made your Rainbow debut last season in The Wizard of Oz. How's it feel to be returning to the theater and not only returning to the theater, but performing in this starring role?
It's amazing. I mean, I had so much fun last year. It's definitely a very different role than the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Puppet.
Slightly different. Yeah,
but just,
you have a lot more to say this season.
Yes, exactly. Other than just barks. But yeah, it's amazing. The people are amazing. I love Rainbow Stage so much, and I have since I was little, and I started going to the theater. So it really is it's amazing.
And what's it been like working with the director? And no need to hold back. It's not like he's sitting beside you or anything like that.
Go on.
It's been amazing. Carson is a fantastic director. I feel very supported and very heard, and it's just such a fun show. And I can't wait for everyone to see all the hard work that he's been doing and the whole cast has been doing. It's amazing.
So Carson, you of course are no stranger to the program, no stranger to Winnipeg audiences, artistic director of Rainbow Stage, also happen to be director of this production. So tell us a little bit about your vision for The Little Mermaid.
Well, I'm a fan of the musical to begin with. You know, in 1989, I went with my sister to see the original cartoon, and it's amazing to see how impactful it remains with younger generations. And it's really important to me that the kiddos that come to the theater and the grown-up kiddos that are bringing their kiddos also see the magic that they remember, while also creating something completely unique to us. So we've revisited this story and brought a fresh sense of humor to a lot of the show, and creating a really magical contrast between the beauty of the land that we inhabit as an audience, but also the under the sea world that is imagined is one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen on Rainbow Stage. It's really beautiful. Oh,
I'm just excited to head under the sea. I mean, you talk about, you know, the classic, the 1989 animated film. There was also the live action remake that came out earlier this year.
It was wonderful, and we are so excited to be this like third piece. You know, like there are these generational cinematic events, and then what Rainbow Stage offers is this live experience where, like we experienced it last night with our first audience, that the little kids like reaching out and seeing Ariel on stage. It's really, it takes it to the next level in terms of that. Magic, I guess, is the word that comes to mind.
You talk about that third offering, right? This live musical that's taking place in front of you. Is the story pretty much the same, though, from that classic film take?
Yes, and more.
Exactly so right? It expands on it, doesn't it?
That's right. So in order to, we had, the only complaint we heard from a child last night was that she couldn't pause it on her way to the bathroom. And why is there an intermission? I just wanted to keep going. And yeah, it was a really wonderful thing to hear. And because when we expand onto the stage, you get deeper into the characters and you get more songs, and yet it remains a show that is really accessible to kids. Like it's not too long. It's you're out of the theater before 10 o'clock, and it's just been beautiful weather every night, and yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Julia, I want to chat more about this because I mentioned that remake, the live-action remake that came out in the spring of this year, notably featuring a diverse cast starring Halle Bailey in the title role. Can we talk a little bit more about your own background as an Inuk singer and actor? What does it mean to you to be on the stage and be pursuing this career?
It means so much to me, like more than I could ever say, because I think, as a young Inuk performing artist, for a while it was something that maybe I thought wouldn't happen for me, or, I couldn't really see myself in these roles that I wanted to play so badly. But, I just, at the time, it just didn't make sense in my head. But now thinking back, it's like it did make sense because, I love these characters, and, there should be no reason why an Inuk person couldn't play it, or anyone of a, diverse background. So I'm just really happy that I had this opportunity at Rainbow Stage, because it was like a bucket list dream. Yeah.
Right off the hop, I asked you what it's like to be a Disney princess, and you said it's just amazing, and you get to inhabit this role, and not only for yourself as a performer, but I'm also thinking of all the young kids that Carson was just referencing in the audience, and seeing somebody up on the stage, that just must be so rewarding for you as a performer.
Absolutely, because that would have been me. As like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, I would have made my parents take me to Walmart, get the costume, arrive super early, and I would have loved seeing Ariel and Sebastian under the sea. I would have absolutely just eaten it up, and I just hope that, we can inspire a new generation, because I was definitely inspired by the live theater as well as the movies.
I'm not going to lie. She looks like a 6-year-old who got her costume. That's how excited she is on stage.
How could you not be, though? How could you not be, Carson?
It's amazing. And I didn't know how, to speak to that generational, because you were not born in 1989.
No.
So that cartoon still reached you.
Yes.
And what I didn't know is how impactful it was to her. And when we were going through the auditions, she was on tour with a show and could only make the first audition. And our music director put together these small little musical packages where it's like, sing, I just need to know if you can hit these notes. And she sang those. And then we were like, well, we have to call her back, but she's not here for callbacks because she's on tour. And we're literally like, what are we going to do? And he said, well, the callback material is part of your world. And we were like, well, she doesn't have time to learn it. And she said, what did you sing in the room?
I said, I can sing it now.
Yeah. And from beginning to end, word perfect, left us in tears. And we were just like, oh my goodness. Like it was one of my favorite audition stories, and learned later that that song had been in her brain since she was little.
It's been living with me for a while. Yeah. And that was a core memory for sure now. Yeah. It was a very good experience.
I mean, how could it not be, Ariel? I mean, sometimes you just find people and it just works. And that sounds like exactly what is happening in this production. One last little thing, and this is just as, a singer myself. Julia, what's it been like for you? I'm just thinking of the weather these days. I mean, that is always something that we battle at an outdoor theater, Canada's largest outdoor theater. Always got to get the plug in there, Carson, because it is so impressive. It is unlike anything else in town. But not only is there heat and is there humidity, but there's smoky conditions. What's that been like for you as a singer?
Oh, it's been good. It just means I just have to take extra care of the old pipes.
Yeah. Do you find like it does? Is it drier when you're performing?
Yeah, last night was really the first really smoky day, so it was kind of the first time experiencing what it would be like. I just tried to hydrate as much as I could throughout the day just to prepare for that, because in Act 2 there's not a lot of breaks for water. Yeah. So it's just making sure that I take care of myself throughout the whole day so I can be ready for the smoky night.
Carson, one last word to you. We've talked about, just how magical this production is, which is the word you keep coming back to. And why not? Not only have you found yourself an outstanding Ariel, but you've assembled an outstanding creative team and an outstanding cast as always. Can you speak a little bit more to them and what they bring to this production?
Sure. One of the things that is unique to Winnipeg, aside from the fact that Rainbow is unlike any other theater, not only in Winnipeg, but the country.
Yeah.
The talent pool in Winnipeg, we speculate what it is, whether it's the dancers from the Royal Winnipeg Ballet who opened schools, the singers from the different immigrant communities that came here, that we have this incredible musical talent that brings all those pieces of musical theater together, that in cities like Edmonton or Calgary that are much larger than Winnipeg, they still have to bring artists in. And that's not something that we struggle with at Rainbow Stage. So aside from an amazing performer who we have brought in to join us, the rest of the cast is 100% from Winnipeg. And that's something that, being a Winnipegger myself, whose career, I believe, because of Rainbow Stage, offered me more opportunities than I would in any other city. I'm just thrilled to be able to platform these artists. Like, I really just want to go check them out. And there are 2 or 3 more casts in this town. It was a really difficult audition process because everyone is so awesome.
I'm sure they are, and why not check out the cast that has been assembled for this production. Little Mermaid opens tonight, August 17th, running through September 3rd. Plenty of opportunity to make the most of summer here in Winnipeg and get under the iconic dome at Rainbow Stage. Tickets available at rainbowstage.ca. We've also got details up at classic107.com. Carson, Juliet, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.